Yo, uh, it's the second diary. Is it the second diary from when I acquired this or when I was in Molo? Yeah, it's the second one, I think. I was supposed to post a video. Is it a video? Yeah, just scrolling through the. Remember the last. The last. Okay, actually, before I proceed, I am back at school. Look at the field where I used to shoot from. Yeah, so I'm back, and I'm happy that I'm now finally back, but a totally changed person, a focused individual with a purpose. You know, now I've come here with a clear purpose. I'm doing this and I must achieve it. So, but it's been long. I don't know if the audio is clear, but I assume and I trust that this is clear. Most of the time I use is it the microphone from the earphone, and this time I decided I will go raw because I'm so used to holding the mic and I'm like I think the phone microphone suits the occasion, or what do you call it, the need, or it is replacing the need to have to have a microphone. Now, so let me highlight what happened yesterday. So yesterday it was supposed to have there was supposed to be a meeting, an MOU meeting, so that people can agree if my university should be back, or it should resume its normal learning activities. And due to, I don't know, maybe people didn't agree, they concluded that this semester has been um how can it has been has been got, how do I describe this, like it's null and void. So that is what happened, and after that, an hour after that, uh, after now the meeting, it was concluded that okay, we are not no longer continuing if we don't receive the pay. That is the workers reason for the same, and the reason why Moi University has decided that it will not continue, it will not resume its normal learning activities. It's because the workers and the lecturers have not been paid for the longest time, and the reason is simple. The vice chancellor decided that he'll keep the money well for people. I actually mentioned this in the last, I don't know. I feel so official wearing like this. Why don't I wear like this? You say like, okay, I'm a bit not serious. It's giving this I'm very serious vibe. So that is what happened. Disagreed, no, agreed that it will be no learning activities going on in this institution. And guess what happened? An hour after that, a letter was released saying that the first semester of this academic year has been, cleared. It's no longer there. It has been disbanded. It has been. I'm trying. Okay, there's this Kikuyu word that is coming in my mind. Ati, did it again. It has no relevancy. Yeah. So Now I was to I don't know why I keep on jumping when I'm supposed to explain a point. So after a meeting, or actually my thoughts are quite disoriented in this manner. I thought I'm about to say something and then I forget it. So after that, I think after an hour of Nini saying that, or after an hour of releasing the letter from the admission, is it from admission or yeah, from the admission or from the school management that there will be no longer school. Some workers decide to strike. This means that they will no longer be paid, even for the months that have elapsed. That means we are same in the same depression that we have been for the next months. So they strike, and what happens next is unpredictable. The students join in. After now, the students join in. Chaos, chaos, and you know how comrades behave. It's like this is something that they have longed to unleash. So tear gas are thrown, tear gas canisters. There is chaos all over. There is mayhem. There's just some commotion nearby where people are just running around, and comrades are just running around, and the police are doing their thing, firing live bullets to students. Some unfortunately got injured. I can see even a student was shot on the back. He has a bullet on his back from the police. And this is the day I decide, now this is when I need to go back to school. I think the time is now. The time is for whatever I was planning for, or whatever has been going on through my mind. I'm here for it now. This is the time. And my prayer was, actually my wish was that in that meeting that they concluded, okay, they did. Yesterday was date 3. About date 3 or date 2. Yeah, actually it was supposed to be on date 2, and then they postponed it on date. Is it date 3? Yes. That's when the meeting happened, and they concluded they came up with a solution that okay, it's really not a solution per se, but also it's just a um, temporal temporary solution for a temporary problem. And I have the reason to think that this is a permanent solution to temporary solutions, to a temporary problem. All right. So that goes without saying. Yeah, it is what it is. And my wish was they don't come with an agreement for us to go back to school. Yeah, because I know there is a reason why this thing happened at this time when I'm supposed to. Right now, I'm supposed to be in my 4th year. I'm just from my room right now, and I'm just from my room right now, and I have this roommate now. I talked about him in the last, I don't know, is it the second previous diary? Yeah, I talked about it, that I have now um, a roommate, which I can, we share some common characteristics. He's an idealistic person. I am an idealistic person, from based actually evident from I have done the previous videos. Remember when I was building this Maxis and the MaxiPi? That's the same person. But the good thing about this roommate that I have, but his name is Daniel. I don't know, I'm not sure, but we are working something out. and we sell the idea. You're about to eh? Print money, yeah. Print money. Is it print money? So what? So what? Now I have this roommate. We share some common characteristics. Idealistic. The good thing or something unique about him is that he's outspoken, not like me. Like I can just talk to us and deliver my point. Thinking, okay, and that's where I try to fix my communication with. Okay, my communication generally. One, he's outspoken. He can explain a point, and I think this has been building itself for the longest time. And that is where my weakness is. And I have, when you just ask God something, and okay, He delivers up, He answers your prayer, but through other people. That's one of the prayer that has been answered in a way. Okay, I didn't expect that, but I thank Him for. I thank the Almighty for that. It's a gesture to remind me that He's still in my. I have a purpose for you, and I'm still with you. And I'll bring people so that you can achieve whatever you are meant for. Alright? So that is what happened. And now I'm happy. I have a person who can explain something. I can tell an idea and he'll be able to explain and even tell what I'm about to talk about. You see, miracles still do happen, and I'm happy for that one. I have that particular one. So I've explained the idea to him, and he saw it as a good idea. I'm quoting him. He actually, what do you call it? Um, he actually admitted that this idea was so good that it it was worth taking it to the panel as a project, and it will be judged by people. All right. So this means that this idea is applicable. And by the way, the reason why I came here is for the same reason. This idea is amazing because it's applicable, plus we have the ability to sell it. I don't know if anyone is listening. Anyway, I'll just continue. The idea is about. So yesterday I was at Nakuru. I don't know if. Okay. I should have taken a photo of me in KFC. Yesterday I took a KFC. It was really sweet. With some chips. I didn't even take a picture of the but I really wanted to eat some KFC. Because when you go to a big city like Nakuru or Eldoret, how do you miss even eating that KFC around? And it's not expensive. Where and there's one thing that I noted about the KFC, the streetwise in KFC Nakuru. They were expensive than Eldoret. The last time I left it was about 350 shillings. And this was, I think, streetwise too. I think Eldoret has to be cheaper than Nakuru. And I don't know the reasons. Maybe it's tax, maybe it's electricity that was. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. I don't know why they hiked the prices. Because the last time I accessed I ate KFC, it was way cheaper. Because for streetwise 2, it's supposed to be about 390, the same as I bought streetwise 1 in Nakuru. Streetwise 2 is supposed to be streetwise 1 is supposed to be about 10 shillings. Oh, 310, 320 hapo hivyo. But now it's 390. Yeah, the same price that okay, let me explain this vividly. Street was 1 is supposed to be 350 or 320, around there. Street was 1. Streetwise 2 is about to be 420 or 390 there. That was back in the last time that I bought KFC. 2020. Is it 2023? Not. Yeah, 2022. 2022. That's when the last time I went to with my then girlfriend to KFC Eldoret. That is near. What do you call this mall? What do you call this mall? Rupas Mall. Yes, in Eldoret. Okay. Ah, yeah, I'm not so used to cross-legging my putting my legs in a cross-legged position, because you suffer a lot when you're not used to doing something. You suffer a lot. Now, that's just that's just on the side. So I was talking about this. Oh, I just want to explain the journey that I went through as I'm coming to school. So it happened that I went to wait. I went to what? Yeah. I was explaining this video at the start of the video. I said when I was coming back to from Molo, I was calculating my steps. And is it true enough or honest enough? True to my word, I mentioned in the previous diary that I'm going to be number 1. Okay? This meant that I have to top all the groups that I'm associating with in Sweatcoin. I don't know. I'm not sure if the app is called that, but I think so. So what do we do? What do we do? Not what do we do? Oh my god! So I recorded the screen recordings, and it is available in my phone. Only that I will attach it on the end of this video, because I was supposed to attach it on the previous diary that I did, and I'll tell you I actually forgot it. I forgot it. I forgot to do it for some reasons I cannot understand, and I just don't want to delete that video. I was number 1 in almost all the groups. I encountered this fierce competition from these people, from this new group. I saw a need to challenge myself to go even higher for other groups. So in this group that is from Kenya, is called Jasho, Team Jasho. Yes, I was number 1, and the second person was about 15,000 or 17,000 steps. Actually, it is evident on the video that I'll attach on the end of this video. Okay, so that means yeah, I was number 1 in most of the groups, except some 2 or 3 groups. I'm in 10 groups, so that means 2 or 3 that I recently joined. I'm like, wait, these people are really working. Imagine I had worked for almost the entire day, and I'm covering about, was it 30,000 steps or 35,000 steps? I'm not sure. What does that mean? There's a person in a certain group that has walked 150,000 steps. Imagine 150,000 steps. So that means about 150 kilometers. Someone has walked 150 kilometers. Me calling myself the cream de la cream in another group, I am number almost 70. Or actually, no, it was not number 70. I was actually number thrown off about 154. Number 154 in that list. Me with my 30,000 topping up in another community or another group from Sweatcoin. In another group, I'm okay. So there are people who have gone farther than me. I can only imagine that I have walked 150 kilometers, and I'm not sure. Okay, I might be sure that these people are running. They were running 150 kilometers. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine the way I'll be tired. If I can only walk for 35,000 steps and I'm that tired. Hey bro, that thing, the people were dedicated to run. And I was wondering, how? Do these people even smoke bang? Because bang is the only thing that can make you do extraordinary things in an extraordinary way. That's fine. You realize that in life, this will be always someone greater than you. This is so uncomfortable. It's just pressing my ears. I need to shave. So there will always be someone greater than you. Yeah? You might be the top of the top in a certain field, but really doesn't matter. You'll go somewhere and you're like, oh, okay. Kumbe I'm not that smart. Kumbe I cannot run that. Okay, I'm reading this book by Gifted Hands. So by Ben Carson. So he's describing how he was very smart while in grade 5, 6, 7, up to, I don't know, probably 13. This 13 means he has been the top of the top. No one can challenge him until he arrived at, what's the university that he went to? I think, is it Yale? Yale University. Now, here he is where he's meeting the genius of the geniuses. He even goes ahead to describe these people as, these people are nearly geniuses. Yeah? He uses words such as nearly because he knew these people were so smart that he stood no chance of becoming even what do you call it? He stood no chance for being the best of being called the best, and that meant he had to cope up with it. But again, he used to remind himself of the phrase or this slogan that his mother used to tell him: you can do anything that other people are doing, only you can do better. Okay, that is what kept him going. And from that, I think there's somewhere that he describes what do you call it? He describes about talent. I think it's in chapter 12 or chapter 11. I'm not sure about it. He talks about talent, and in a way that mesmerized me. I'm flabbergasted by the new knowledge that I'm acquiring from him. He says, you might be good at what you do, right? No one has refused. You have all the rights to celebrate that, okay? Here's the challenge. Are you using that talent to the maximum use in the greatest way possible, and in ways that you are learning from it, and you are just exploiting yourself through it? And I felt challenged. He describes a gift or a talent. In this case, they are one the same thing anyway. A unique ability that you can do and no one else in this world can do, or in a way that You just have no competition in this world. Everyone has been given that gift. And he goes on to describe this person by, I don't know, what's his name? Oh, Miss. He picks two characters to describe unique gifts that, and including himself. These are the gifts that he's describing. Okay, people, I'm talking about the I don't know, the, what do you call it? Um, oh shit, I'm forgetting the name. Um, Characters in that book. So this means I'm trying to focus. Yeah, these couples who are walking in front of me, a few yards of me, about 20 or 30, 20 meters. And this girl is, damn, it's beautiful. I wish I can rotate. I wish my camera could record something in a way that it doesn't alter this. Anyway, let me just stop it. So what do I mean? Where was I? Where was I? What was I saying? Yes, the characters. So Ben Carson mothers, Ben Carson's mother, and another employee of Hopkins who happened to be the assistant of his physician. They work as a team there. So he describes this particular one that is the assistant of the physician. There's the doctor, the normal doctor. There's now the surgeon, neurosurgeon. Now this is Ben Carson. So he describes this Miss. I just can't remember the name, but it starts with a C. But it's not her mother. It's another character. So he describes this person as someone who can detect, who is able to break complex concepts and explanations from a neurosurgeon, and make the language simpler in a way that she can explain to. Okay, this what happened. Ben Carson used to describe some procedures and whatever he intends to do to some patients, and this could take a toll because he's using jugular or very technical explanation and even words. And as he's describing the situation and even the explanation, you find that one, the patient will not be able to understand that, because okay, when you are a technical person, you find that okay, naturally you just find yourself just in your conversation including the words, thinking that the other party understands what you are talking about. All right, now he's describing some solutions to people, and you know it's just taking people are just confused, but this madam is breaking down the concepts into very simple that people can understand. And the gift that she was given was that, okay, of course anyone can possess that, but again, hers was very natural. And two, there's one thing that happened when he observed when she was working with him. She's able to detect emotions in people, the hidden one. She used to explain the concepts while she was there. So she could tell that, okay, the patient, even as much as they were hiding the nini, till they are confused, but little that did they know that this madam, I'm just forgetting the name. I wish I could remember, but I can't remember the name. So it happens that she could feel it. She could see Yeah, these are just gifted people who can just sense something in you without even necessarily um, knowing whatever is happening, or you might not show it, but she'll sense that. And that is one. Now her mother, no, his mother, that was his mother, the same gift he was given. You can not easily like trick his mother into a scam, because the mother has learned to to learn to ask the hard questions and find the little answers, so that the person who is doing the scam is easily detectable. Okay, that is one gift. However, he goes on to describe his gift as a person who is what do you call it? What do you call it? This thing, like his hands and brain are somehow connected in a way that he can do and and act some. I don't know how do I describe this. Like he can perform some acts in a way that um, in a way that um, okay, let me say this. He was gifted in a way that he can think in 3D as he describes it, because he thought in 3D whenever doing a procedure or a or a surgical procedure. It will always be somehow naturally instigated from him. All right, and one thing that complemented that is that he will be able to perform that act in the hand eye connection that is so unique from other people. So what I learned from that is that gift, you have a gift, and it's just a matter of practice, and you realize that you'll be able to identify the gift or ask it from your maker, but then he'll very readily and easily show whatever show you the gift that you actually possess. For mine, I don't know. I'm not sure. Me, mine, I have to ask, because I know it's different and it has to do something with the brain visualization, and what else? Yeah, it has to be in the mind. It has to be it has to involve the mind, something that I'm good at. But I have the diary, so I'll be writing this, or when I'll find out about it, I'll do a diary about it, explaining. I don't know if I'll ever write a book. You know, I even stopped writing on Facebook. I quit my social media, because it's good to take a social media break. Can this see this insect? This these are the kind of insects that they produce fire. These are the fireflies. The flies that usually produce. I don't know. I'm not sure if. Yeah, I think I have to edit this diary. Yeah, because. No, I've been rudely interrupted. And I'm like, okay, I know why you are doing this, but oh, I should remove the cape. So, as I was saying, I was rudely interrupted. I don't like people around me. That's my thing. Eh? That's what I like. That's what I love about myself. I really need some space. I don't want you to hear whatever I'm saying, because this is my diary. And by the way, in this diary I've said, wait, by the way, I've talked about something that I'm supposed to. Oh, I noticed something. I noted, I noted something that happened in the last video. It got one view, and I'm wondering, one, I didn't put keywords on it. That is one thing. I didn't put any keyword on that YouTube. Usually, when I write titles, because it's a requirement by the YouTube system. You have YouTube title, and mine, I ensure that they don't have SEO. That is something that is searchable. And I'm wondering, how did that do they reach this video? Because I don't understand. How do you usually get this video? How do you get to see to reach to this video? Because tell me why. What do you call it? 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 Okay, I'm actually trying to recall the YouTube title that I gave the previous video. It has something to do with. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I forgot about it. Oh, oh. I forgot about it. I think I just can't remember it. So it happens that it got watched by someone. I've really not taken time to find out if there is if they how long they watched it, and I'm sure it's less than even 10 seconds, because I'm very sure, because there's nothing actually very interesting that I talk about in this, but I talk about my life in a way that I think it's best. Yeah, that is why I do this diaries in private, or can you call them places that I have at least privacy and space to even talk about whatever I need to talk about. So worth noting there. So I'm here. I think I'm seeing a few, if not all, first years. I know the first, second year or third year students are with them. They are taking advantage of that. The fact that first years are very naive in a way. In a way, they are very naive, and it's actually very easy to trick them into whatever you need. And mostly, it leads to sex. That's one thing. That's one thing you can appreciate. It will always lead to something. Sex. Yeah. And I know that as a student. I know that. And if you got the tricks, please take advantage of them. Take advantage of whatever is around you to make the best out of that, right? So I really wanted to talk about something that really needed a lot of space, and I said in the last diary, I'm going to talk about this when I come here at Moi. I'm not sure if I'll talk in a language that only I can understand. Someone can have a speaker that can listen to me, I don't know, 1 kilometer. No, technology has almost improved in each and every angle that you can think. Yeah? Any angle that you can think of. That means you can listen to whatever you are saying when you are a kilometer away. Yeah, but I don't think someone can just listen to me in a way that they can listen, or they can have listen to whatever I'm saying. This I'm sure the place that I'm in right now, the place that I can privacy and space. Yeah. So that's one. I really wanted to interact with people. Is it really worth my time right now? Or is it really worth my effort right now? I think right now I'm going to hibernation mood. Yeah. By not eating, probably. By not eating, by doing certain things. So this when I've decided that I'm going to reduce the amount of food that I've been eating. Oh, I was to describe the journey from home. Now something unique happens in out of nowhere. I don't know how it happened, but it just happened to me. So I come from home. Usually the route that I take when coming back to school is I go to Nakuru and then go to the bus station, pick a shuttle that will take me to Eldoret. Worth noting that. After that, okay, I have done this for several times that I've been coming to school. That means it has been my habit. And today I decided, okay, for the past week I've been contemplating of, okay, fine. I've been doing that. And then, oh, I was contemplating. What if, wait, I've been going to Nakuru ever since I came back to Nini. I've been going to school. But coming back, I go through. There's a place called Kibunja before you reach even Nakuru. It is somewhere near Molo, and that is where I branch, and then I go to my home. That is in Elbagon. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. So, it happens that I decided, oh, you know what? It won't hurt changing a habit. And that means I'll go through Molo and then pick a matatu from this place called Kibuja. So that was my mathematics, or what do you call it? Those were my assumptions. That is how I pictured the whole thing. So I pick a boda, from Molo to Kibunja. It's a one-way traffic that has no transportation media through it. Like there's no transportation means when you are going to and fro. You usually have to use something like, I'm talking about a car or something like that. So that means I have to use a boda from town to Kibunja because it's a distance of about, I don't know, 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers, because it's a distance, by the way, and a distance that you cannot easily cover on foot with some baggage or items with you. It's actually not easy at all, because I can imagine walking for 3-4 kilometers with a briefcase. Really, the distance is like from here, what do you call it, maybe the school gate, Moi school gate, to probably cases. Yeah, it's almost a distance. So I decided, let me risk it. So I'll pick a mat from there instead of going to Nakuru. And the thing that I was actually calculating is trying to reduce the cost of fare. Usually when I go to Nakuru, or when I come from from Elbagon to Nakuru, it's about 150 shillings. And then picking a matatu shuttle from Nakuru to Eldoret, it's about 600. 600, yeah? 600. It's about 600 shillings. And I figured out, what if I can go to Molo? That's about 50 shillings. 100 shillings from town, Molo town to Kibunja is about 100 shillings. That's about 150 shillings. Same? Okay, almost same. Actually, it's same. It's supposed to be same. 150, 150. Either way, don't lose anything. But the determinant factor in saving is when now coming from Nakuru to Eldoret. Alright? So that means that I had to choose. I have to break a pattern and I have to save. So I chose to come from that path that I've just described. Elbagon, Molo, Kibunja, Eldoret, Cheptiret. Actually, I'm dropped at Cheptiret. My storage is also almost full. Let me do this. Let me compress this video in the shortest way possible. Yeah, the shortest way possible. And then I'll continue describing how I saved my money. Something unique happened today. Oh yes. Now I've cleared some storage. I've actually compressed the previous videos to something that is of manageable storage. So as I was saying, what point was I on? Yes, I came to school with a truck. So I happened to be on this stage where I expected to come to see a matatu, or if I stood there for some minutes, I hoped for this matatu to arrive so that it can take me to Cheptiret. That's where now I branch from the main road to now Moi University. Guess what happened? This truck honks at me. Honks at me. It's like, yo, are you going? And this man is like, okay, are you really going? He was just curious, I don't know why. He decides, oh goodness, this is something unexpected. I really didn't expect this to happen. But, in my mind, I think for the past 1 day, 2 days, I've learned to use the law of attraction using the law of assumption. And this is how the law of assumption works. You hope for the best and assume that it's there and it's going to happen. Assume. Yeah? You make assumptions that this is going to happen. Like, I'll explain something that happened yesterday. While coming out of my home, going to Nakuru for the short trip, I was actually going to pick kefir, and which I have brought with me here. I don't know what's the name of this place. The name of this place is, yes, Moi, or to my room. So as I'm walking, I decided, okay, let me use the law of attraction using the law of assumption. I decided, okay, I'm going and I'm going to meet a matatu. This is how you arrive. There's a distance between our home and the main road on Elbagon. Decide, you know what? I'm walking, and I'll find a matatu that is waiting for me there. And I'll find a matatu that is full. Not that, there are some matatus in Elbagon, in that Elbagon Molo route, where they just stop in a stage for it to fill up. And that was my fear. I decided, okay, you know what, I don't want to have that struggle. Let me find a matatu that will have its doors open. Two, that will I will have to pay 100 shillings because I didn't want to pay more for some reason. Very genuine reasons. I didn't have money. I had 3,000 Kenyan shillings budget. I decided, let me do this in a way that now I'm seeing some people who are removing their shoes and some boys are removing their shirts. And I'm like, okay, what is really happening? And some girls are hiding while they are removing their clothes. And they are probably on bikinis and bras. So I think actually, okay, I don't know if it will appear in HD. I don't know if it will appear in HD because they're playing some games. They're almost naked. Boys are on their and don't have shirts. Girls, on the other hand, are almost wearing bikinis and panties. Anyway, let me mind my own business. I think I will record and I don't care. And I don't give a fuck. So what happens? Yes, arriving on the highway or the road, the road, I find a matatu that has an open door, and I concluded that okay. At first, I didn't think of it as an answered. Not these are not a prayer, but something that I had requested for. It was something that okay, I've seen this matatu and I don't want to go with it because it's one of the matatus that stay on the stage, on the passenger stage for long. And this is not my call. I decided, okay, fine, let me leave it there and let me continue. So it hits me. So my mom is calling. Let me answer this. So my mom was just calling to confirm that I arrived safely. What a loving mom. So yeah. I find that this matatu is waiting for me and it has opened door. I start to walk away from it and I start going, towards. Okay, I don't want to approach this. I don't want to appear standing on the stage, passenger stage. So I decided, okay, let me start to walk so that I appear that I'm not traveling. Higher, a thought hits me. Wait, some few minutes before I had requested for this, and it has happened. Higher. Remember, the matatu is almost half full. And I don't want to board it. That means I have to, okay, you know what, for the next one, okay, let me go back to the thought. That thought tells me, okay, that was what I was requesting for and I have gotten it. And what I have done is that I have wasted my chance, my one time opportunity. Now, watching the matatu as it goes by, I realized there are some passengers like I don't know, half a kilometer away, and there are many. And I am sure that matatu was the one that I was supposed to fill, or I was supposed to board. And I was like, wait. So this happens in this way, using the law of attraction or using the law of assumption. I was actually putting it into test. As I, I was actually putting it into test. So I decided, okay, fine. If it is the law of attraction that I have just used, and it has brought me to the exact thing that I wanted, then I'm using the law of attraction again, using the law of assumption for the next coming matatu. Guess what happens? I decide there's a matatu brand, okay, not brand, but this from this circle called Olenguruoni. Said, okay, fine, let me do this. I'm using this law of attraction to get that matatu that I'm supposed to board, and it should take me to the place that and it should be full, so I should not waste time, because at 11 all this is happening at 9 in the morning. At 11 I'm supposed to arrive at Nakuru to meet the person who is supposed to sell me the kefir. Alright, great. I decide, okay, fine, let me assume it. Guess what happens? Guess what comes? Guess what approaches me? A black matatu with the Olenguruoni from the Olenguruoni circle. Oh my goodness, it is very full. So there's no way that this thing is going to happen. It's going to stop at the bus stop. Fine. Goes to before actually I finish for the track. I go to what do you call it? Yeah, it arrives in Nakuru. And guess what happens? The place that I had designed that usually when a matatu reaches Nakuru, it goes to almost near the CBD. So that is where most of the time passengers are late. And I decide, okay, that was my okay. That was just an assumption. This using the law of assumption projectively or intentionally, but there is now the assumption that something is going to happen, because it usually happens. Matatus, passengers alight from that place near the CBD, the last roundabout in Nakuru town when you are heading to Nairobi. Tell me why this matatu, this particular one, decided to come. They decided to drop off the passengers on the second roundabout. This is in KFA, near KFA, actually in KFC opposite KFC, which is in West Side Mall. I had planned to come here to do some, I had actually imagined the previous day that I'm coming to this mall to window shop some fridges. I don't know for what reason. I don't understand. I just decided, let me come here and do some window shopping, to just give me the 3D experience. When you now using the 3D at the law of attraction, I'll find it easy to create this concept in my mind that I'm going to buy a fridge and I'm going to own one. I even go further. I just don't want to go to details of what happened in that mall. I even gone ahead to window shop some chairs. This office chairs that that revolve, that you can just play with it. Put that in the pocket. Oh, okay, yeah. Put it in the pocket. I'll talk about it in another diary, maybe some months from now, because that is important. I really wanted to shop that so that they can, just have that experience of opening a fridge, because I'm going to own one anyway. So what happens next is oh, let me now go back to today's journey. So we meet this trucker, and he tells me that he can offer me a ride. I ask him how much, because I'm not willing to take this for free, for one reason only. For one reason only, and it's because I don't want to leave a debt. And you don't know this man, you don't know this person, but okay, my instincts told me, okay, you should trust. Okay, don't normally I don't give trust to people. I learned never to trust people ever. But on the other side, or on the other hand, give them a reason of doubt. Okay. Now, gets into the truck. We agree on that I'll give 500 because I usually pay that for my matatu. I didn't want to extort him. I had to tell him that I'll pay him 300 or 400. That is extortion, and it's not good. So I needed just to make sure that things are right. I needed to ask him first, how much will you charge me for any traveling? Yeah, all the way. We agree on the price. I panda on the truck, and the journey continues. We began stories, nonsensical stories, stories that you just have to agree with. So that I'm not so used. I'm not a talkative person as much. Okay, compared to how I do it on my own, in my own diary, in my own space. It's different when I'm interacting with people. I do that very on the minimal side. I find that I don't do that. I talk, but I talk to agree or to say a point that I have. Generally, I'm not a talkative person. That means we had some stories, but most of the time it was just those stories that you just have to say and then shut up. So most of the times that we enjoyed on that track together are those silent moments. Alright. As much as I saw that this person looks like he can talk, but not a vibe as much. So I needed to shut up, because really it is his track. I needed to watch out for my tongue. Yeah, and I arrived here at Cheptiret. Tell me why I encounter this motorbike that comes for me, and he tells me, okay, bro, do this, you'll pay her 100 shillings, all the same, it will make you arrive at Moi. It will help you arrive at Moi. Things aligning, yeah, stars aligning, and it was all in my practice of law of attraction. I decided, okay, you know what, today I'm not waiting for any car, because usually when I come from home and I arrive at Cheptiret, there's usually some delay there, because I have to wait for a matatu there, yeah, for a few minutes until it arrives from town, then it gets into the school. It was the sort of that, and I wanted to avoid that stress. And guess what? The law of attraction used, complemented by the law of assumption, and it worked perfectly. And I have a reason to smile, because I saw this person talking about the law of assumption in this TikTok video, and okay, let me try it out and see if it will work. Okay, my battery is almost off, and actually this is the last time that I'm using my phone. Because I'm considering to use my phone, upload the video, this diary, and then turn it off. I'll actually turn it off, and that's it. By the way, that's it. Until this, until when? Next week, but one. That's when I'll activate my phone again. Because from tomorrow, I'm planning on profiling the company. Oh, I bought kefir, okay? Kefir. Actually, I'm supposed to talk about two things. I bought kefir and the jars and everything that pertains that milk. I'll talk about the idea another day. I might waste the whole diary talking about it. I don't want to just waste time. Now, I bought kefir. What was I talking about? Yes, and I'm coming up with a company so that I can be selling that product. Selling that product means that I have to make a profile that is a company profile that is very objective, in a way that it speaks volumes in less words for the purpose of that company or the existence of that company. So I'm trying to figure out right now what I'm trying to do with my partner Daniel. He's actually my roommate now, and God is amazing. The God who created me, oh, he's amazing. He has done a wonderful thing, because I think I've met a person of my caliber. Yeah, a person who we can relate with each other ideally. Yeah. So right now I'm happy. I'm a happy person because I know I will achieve things in miraculous ways, in unexplainable and amazingly wonderful ways. So let me talk a bit about the days that I'll be offline. I've said that I'll turn off my phone, and it's because I'm going for a breakdown. What do you call it? A breakdown session with myself. A breakdown in a way that I think I'm tired with my old life, and I need to start a totally new life. Because before I started this company, before I even do anything about this company, I want to make sure that everything about me is right. Spiritually wise, my divine world is correct, is pointing me to whatever I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing this in order, in a way I'm following my divine plan, right? At the start of this video, I talked about a gift and how you are supposed to use it. So right now I'm making plans so that I make sure that and I got a new watch. I don't know. This is the watch that I was actually shopping for. Okay. Yeah, from Molo. So yeah, I'm breaking down myself, my previous resentments. I really wanted to talk about this. Last Sunday I decided, let me go to this church. Yeah, there's a person that we ended our relationship in bad blood, and I had resentments, yeah, about her. She was my class teacher in Elbagon Secondary, and we didn't end in blood, but we ended up in a not so likable, or a good relationship. I usually don't like ending relationships with people in a way that is gonna affect our future encounters, and I needed to make things right. I tell her, you bet. Actually, I described this diary, the act in some diaries back. not sure if I explained it correctly, but I don't have the time. And it's over me now. I had gone there to tell her that I had forgiven her. I had plans to drive 2 bullets on her leg because that is what did the mess. That is what destroyed our relationship. She did a very nasty thing, yeah, and I was not happy about. And I'm talking about it in a way. I'm over it. I've gotten over it, and I'm through with it. I'd gone there to tell her I've forgiven her. Whatever I was contemplating, it's really not, it's really not really, it's really not worth it. Yeah, and I was actually to tell her I'm going to leave 2 bullets in your leg. Yeah? But I've found a reason to smile. All along I've been this kind of person. Okay, you did the wrong thing, but I'm gonna remind you with the same pain that you did the wrong thing. So the evil plans were in my mind for the longest time. Because what she did is that, let me actually explain it briefly. I'm in Form 4. At the last weeks of my studies there at Elbagon Secondary, KCSE is fast approaching. This means I'm in that delicate time of my life. Very delicate. Something happens, you really lose contact with your life, or your life from that point changes. Tell me why. I spent the entire night reading. Actually, I spent the entire night reading. Okay, almost the entire. At this last stages is when you want to cover the most of the topics that you have never understood, and you are sure that they are going to appear in your KCSE exams. I decided, okay, I'm at school and I'm very tired. I'm a bit sleepy. This when people are reading and the class is silent. It's so boring, and I decided to take a nap. Tell me why, out of nowhere. Okay, by the end I started to dream, and that dream I don't think it was good, and I think it was foreshadowing whatever was going to happen some minutes later. So this class teacher, Madam I call her name was Nora. Nora comes into the classroom. She's the class teacher, so she has authorized to do whatever she needs to do. But at this point, I thought, I look back and I was like, okay, by the way, this, as much as she was the class teacher, but she didn't have to, to show the, is it prominence in that? She finds me sleeping, and my desk mate, I think he was called Stephen, wakes me up. He tells, there's a way you can be tapped, and there's silence. People are very silent. Tell me why this teacher tells this boy, to sleep, to rise up, stand on his feet, go lie on the floor, like on the dirty floor. And that time we had not swept that class, so it means that it's dirty. The kind of humiliation, the kind of disrespect that this teacher has, and she was so used to that. I decided this won't go unpunished. I swear this won't go unpunished. So I'll describe the act. Tells me to kneel, to lie down on the floor and sleep the same way I wanted to sleep on that. So sleep on that desk. So I kneel down, hesitant to lie down, like sleep on the floor. You can imagine that kind of nini. I decided, okay, you know what? Let me kneel down and tell her, okay, I'm in control. Okay, not in control, but hesitant. I was a bit hesitant, so that I communicate to her. so that she changes my mind. So tell me why I kneel down and she tells me, where? Lie on the floor. Lying on the floor means you are a form 4, a full form 4. You being told that. And that was not actually the worst thing that she did. I decided, you know what, let me give in and lie on the floor. Lying on the floor means, as I'm doing that, she gives me a kick. I think on the hip or something, or on the stomach, something like that. Kicks me. Oh my god. I don't know what happened from that minute, but from that very, very moment, I think anger filled me, and I was like, okay, I was in a situation like, okay, what just happened? She just kicked me, and you know, we had been almost friends. Remember, I usually keep some distance before we become friends, like friends that you can chat with. And at that point, I think that's where my interest in school and education went down the drain. And from that point, when I what we call panguzai, kuchipiga nini, the dust from the from the uniform. When I what do you call it? The act of hitting yourself so that this dust can can come off your garments. You know, that dust went with my interest in school, destroyed my life, just like that. Destroyed my relationship with her. I'm sure, I don't know. I had resentments, but I think I'm over it. And I can comfortably speak about it because it no longer has a burden. It no longer has a burden. There's a reason why I can smile. I tried to ask some questions. The previous week, before I went to this church, I said, okay, I'm going to tell her whatever I'm going to her. See, that thing wasn't good. Because the person who is supposed to protect or safeguard your future is the same person who is destroying it. From that point, even to this point, I don't find education that, it lost meaning, and it's because of that single act that she did. And I was actually to explain that to her. Tell me why that Sunday I decided to go to church, and that church that she actually goes, it's called Crisco. Actually, I'm allowed to say this because it's on my diary. I hope one day she'll see this video. One day she'll see this and she'll feel maybe. So I meet this pastor for the first time. He's called, I don't know. He's called who? I just Moshiri, something Moshiri. So something Moshiri. And that Sunday, that Sunday exact one that I occupied that church, I had come with Occupy Crisco so that I can approach that lady who destroyed my life and tell her, you know what, I found the light. I found a reason why that thing had to happen to me at that time, at that delicate time. And thank you for that act. But God forgive you. But I was actually to tell her that the law of karma is real. Whatever you do to a person, it will be done the same to you. And this has nothing to do with even Jesus or God. This is the law of universe. This is what it stipulates. This is a law of karma. Whatever you do, it will always come back to you. It doesn't matter how long it will take, but it will finally come back to you, because we live in a spiritual world. The law of karma is one of the 12 laws of the world, of the universe. Yeah. Let me go to the content of the message by this. By then, I was actually to deliver this point. At this point, he's no longer a pastor. This very Sunday that I come to this church, he has now been promoted to a bishop. Do they call him Presbyterian? I don't know, something like that. The very Sunday that I decided to come, he's now been promoted to, I don't know, he went to a mission somewhere and became the translator and was promoted from that. I don't know, I just can't tell this story. He has to tell it himself. So tell me why that very Sunday he's now the bishop, and the message that he had planned for that Sunday is a same revolves around the same things that I had come here to do. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't find this Nora. Yeah? I consider her as she's not a mom. She's not older than me than 10 years. She's about, we have a 10 years gap between our age, so I consider her as my bigger sister. So I had come here as the younger brother to remind her that she had done the wrong thing. Tell me why the Presbyterian or the bishop by then, he was a bishop by then, he decides, I'll talk about a message that I had what do you call it? Being forced to do something in divine way. What do you call this word? It starts with a C. Not condemn. It's okay. Actually, condemn is a very bad word to explain this. It actually doesn't fit the context. To being forced to do something in a, I must remember this word. Okay, I'm trying to replace the word with another word. The word that I'm looking for, with another word so that I can find it. Oh shit, I've forgotten the name. Okay, let me continue the story. I think I'll remember it. The word as I'm tell me why the message that this bishop was to talk about is about Moab, and how Moab, the place where the Israelites were tested, where the water was bitter. There's actually water, a swamp nearby. I don't know if you can see. It's a swamp and another one on the. It's the same. It's one and the same thing. Tell me why he talks about being tempted and Israelites drinking bitter water, and after that they were tested by God to see if they were enough. So God goes ahead and tests them through the water, the bitter water. Yeah. After the long preaching, I don't know. I need another Sunday to talk about it. I really don't care about it. I think at one point I'll talk about it. At one point, and it will be in one of the diaries. So he talks about he calls for people who are facing bitter situation in their lives. to come forward and submit, or even, how pastors and even religious people call people at the front so that they can they can be prayed for. I don't know how this pastor knew, but he had this okay, the word is coming. He has this what? A reason to say something, but it is divinely divinely instigated. Oh shit. I'm forgetting the name. Actually, it's a word that is usually used by pastors when they are being given a message to bring to people. Yeah, and it's actually a very forceful, in a divine way. So calls ahead for people who have bitterness, things in their hearts, so that they can release them at the front of the church. I was like, wait, how did this pastor even know? And for some reasons, I think I have a reason to believe that I have some power in me, divine power. If I can force a bishop to deliver a message that wasn't part of his preaching in that actually my battery is about to end, that wasn't planned at all, and it's through me that I forced that thing to come out of him in that Sunday. So yeah, that is one of the nini that I have to break down. I've actually broken it down, not breaking down, break up the resentments. I'm over it. I can now very comfortably talk about it as if it was about another person. So one thing, I'm taking a break from my social life, and for one reason only. I just want to create another person, another Maxim Felix Kinobi. As much as I started a new life, I want to start a fresh new life, and it has to come in the divine ways. So I'm going for a 7-day fasting and praying, and taking over my life. I'm not the one who is taking over my life. There are demons that have taken over my life, and sexual demons. They have decided to do the thing that I've not been wanting. And I right now want to take control of my life. And all these things that are happening in school, and I think I have a reason why they are all happening to me. I have a reason. They might be probably happening to me for my cause, and I don't want to fail myself. I just want to go through this, a 7-day fasting, because it was not achievable while I was at home. Because where there is food, here at least it is controllable. Plus, I can some space to do your thing now. So that's what is going to happen in the next 2 weeks. Trying to restructure my life and get over my old self. Yeah. I think I will talk about the experience after the fast. So this is my last diary. While in my old skin, I'm going to wear a new skin that is comfortable and not likable, admirable. And I end it here because the end. The battery is about to end. I don't know if I'll charge my phone. Probably I will, but anyway, it's fine. Anyway, let me edit this diary. It's been long, about 1 hour and 30 minutes, almost. This is the longest that I've done actually, and I have a reason to smile. I found a purpose why that thing had to happen in high school, and I'll talk about it. Some days from now, maybe. So if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Until another time, adios.